If you're tuning in right now, you happen to be watching the world's truest source for hip hop news, black culture, sports, and of course the best reaction videos on the net. I'm talking about Kofi's Universe. If you haven't already subscribed, it's your chance to hit that button now before I hit this blunt. Bada.
We rock with you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, do you owe us an explanation? No.
Right.
But as who fuck with you,
Yeah.
I think it's just something to say, hey man, just a little respect to be like, hey man, this is what I gotta go. This is what I got going on. Let me woo. I can respect that. That's cool. This is when it get insulting. This is when it get insulting because we the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything, nigga, because we some real niggas.
Yeah.
The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours.
And didn't leave.
And you talk. And the folk asked your ass, was you a fucking correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no shit like that, nigga, because we got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently, eloquently.
Eloquently, right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I get to sit back and watch that shit and be like, damn, what's the difference between them and us?
Okay.
Now I feel disrespected.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, that as a man, man, come on. Don't say money.
Right.
We got it.
Right.
You got it.
Right.
We fuck with you, bro. Don't do us like that. And it's still love. But
YouTube salute. All right, y'all. So DC Young Fly says he felt disrespected when Rick Ross left the 85 South show interview to do a white podcast interview immediately after their show. Go to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content. Go live. Okay, this interview happened in 2021. This was like 4 years ago. But DC Young Fly has been making his rounds, going around. He was on Rory Maul's show. He was on the Angie Martinez show, whatever. So he's speaking out about it right now. Guess more about the situation. I remember in 2022, Rick Ross came out and said that he was so smoked out and in the zone, he didn't know he left the show. That's what he said. He said, "Oh, I was so smoked out, like damn, I didn't know that happened." Huh? I'm being silly, but he said he didn't know that happened. He's I guess somewhat he issued an informal apology, but where's the atonement? Like you could have went back to his show, said let's reschedule, brother. I didn't mean that for that to happen, but DC said that we didn't even ask him about him being the CEO. Not at all. But when he got on the white podcast, aka non-black podcast, they asked him about him being a CEO. And he answered the question. And he's like, yeah, I was a CEO, like which is not, whatever. It is what it is. This is my thing. I'm not surprised, when it comes to black media, when it comes to black podcasters, we're trying to make a name for ourselves. And I have nothing against non-black podcasters because I follow some non-black podcasters. They have some good, information and stuff. Don't, it's not even about this right now. It's more about like show respect for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like for him to walk out like that is kind of like disrespectful. They never gave an explanation to them. Did they have to find out maybe a year later on somebody else's podcast, which is like asinine. But you go to somebody else's podcast and you sit there for 2 hours chilling like a villain on top of the ceiling, talking about everything plus more, which is ludicrous. But this is what it's about. I mean, DC Young Fly and them shouldn't even be mad. The reason why I said they shouldn't be mad because you found out somebody's true colors. That's all it is. Yeah, I know. Just because you might not do that doesn't mean the next person's gonna do that. And I've always had to be I've been taught that, and that's part of my life lessons. Just because you treat somebody good doesn't mean they're gonna treat you good. Just because you open open the door for a woman doesn't mean the woman gonna show you respect. Just because you look out for your homeboy and he needs some money doesn't mean he gonna pay you back or even look out for you. Just because you give food for thought and be a ear for one of your friends and a family member doesn't mean they're gonna support and respect you. So, a lot of people don't respect reciprocity. A lot of people don't respect integrity. A lot of people don't even have that inside them. They say they loyal, but they actions show something else. There's a lot of people walking around, I'm loyal, I'm loyal. I will never do you wrong. I will never F you over. Okay, well, you say something else. But there are some people, they not gonna F you over. But to me, can you really F everybody over? It's hard to say you're not gonna F everybody over because you can still be a stand-up person and a stand-up individual, and still somebody gonna complain that you didn't look out for them and you didn't help them. Um, I had a situation. I'm not gonna put some artists out there, but I was supposed to do some interviews with some, rappers. I was supposed to actually fly to their city and everything, and I was gonna set everything up, but they asked me for you need to pay me a certain amount of money. I'm like, damn, what? And I thought everything was cool. I thought, it was gonna be. I'm flying out there on my own plane ticket. I'm gonna buy and get a hotel room and bring some equipment and everything. But they wanted the money for the interview. And so I told them respectfully, right now, I don't have enough money that my channel provides to pay you that. But I guess when I get my channel in a position that I can be able to, disperse you some money, yeah, I'll do the interview then. So is that wrong? I don't think it's wrong. It's business. It's business. That's why I said I'm not gonna put the artist out there because I don't want to. Oh, that so and so did that. It's not even about that, y'all. It's more business. A lot of people, everybody on my channel that gave me an interview, they did it for free. They did it for free, and I appreciate those artists still to this day because they didn't have to do that. Like the K Renos, the Kimbadas, Sniffin' Wesson, um, Apathy. Who else we got? Killer Priest. We got Razzcast, J. Rue the Damager. Damn, I have a lot of people I've interviewed. R.A. the Rugged Man, John Connor. The list goes on and on and on. But, the more my channel grows, I'm going to get more interviews. And I might have to start paying some rappers, whatever artists. That's fine. If my channel can afford that. If it can't afford it, I'm just going to have to do without. But I don't want my channel being based on. I mean, I want to have more interviews, but I can't control if I don't have the funding. That's when I say support the channel. The channel's not being supported so I can make money off everybody. The channel's being supported so I can bring better content. I can go to maybe like concerts or maybe if they have like a hip hop festival somewhere, I can fly out there and get that footage. You know, I only can be. I'm only limited of what I can do and what I have, and that's all I can do. And I'm not mad about that, but I'm just saying, yes, everything's a business, shit costs, but I think people need to be more transparent. More artists need to tell these podcasters, hey, I'm only gonna do this because of this, this, and this. This is my duration of the interview. I have to go somewhere. I'm only giving you this amount of time. So everybody can be on the same page. That's my understanding. But how do you feel about DC Young Fly coming out speaking about the 2021 incident with Rick Ross? Post your comments below. Post smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel. I have Patreon. Patreon.com/Kofi Universe. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Stream Apps. Everything's in the description. Till next time, salute.